Senator Bernie Sanders.
Well, Maurice, thank you very much for all of the great work that you have done and for your introduction. And let me thank the many thousands of progressives throughout this country. I don't know if I can add to what has already been said tonight, but my message is pretty clear. And that is all of us together must do everything that we can to defeat Donald Trump and elect Kamala Harris as our next president. The truth of the matter is that our nation will not survive in any form that we can be proud of if we elect as president a pathological liar, somebody who I think just doesn't know the difference between the truth and lies, someone convicted of 34 felonies, someone who is a convicted sexual abuser, and someone who, as a businessman in the private sector, was involved in 4,000 different lawsuits. A person like that, someone who lacks the most basic standards of morality, is not someone who should be the leader of the most powerful country on earth. And just think about what a terrible example that sets for our kids and future generations to have somebody like that in the White House, and in fact, what it says to the entire world about our country. I don't have to tell anyone listening that since the inception of this country, women have fought to overcome second-class citizenship. It is absolutely unacceptable to the vast majority of Americans that women lose the very basic right to control their own bodies. And that is the Trump agenda. And we will not allow that to happen, which is why we're going to elect Kamala Harris as our next president. Just so happens that a few weeks ago, planet Earth experienced the warmest day in recorded history. And right now, everybody knows all over the world, we're seeing heat waves, we're seeing more drought, we're seeing more floods, we're seeing more extreme weather occurrences. Every scientist who has studied this issue understands that climate change is real, it is created by carbon emissions and human activity, and is an existential threat to future generations. But not Donald Trump. Unbelievably, he thinks that climate change is a hoax created in China for the sake of our kids and our grandchildren and for the planet. Trump must be defeated and Kamala Harris must be elected. I think back all of the veterans who put their lives on the line to defend American democracy. And in thinking of those who gave so much, Donald Trump must be defeated because we cannot have a president who has spent years undermining American democracy and who says recently that he will only accept the election results if he thinks the election was fair. Bottom line, Trump must be defeated. Kamala Harris must be elected. And as Pramila Jayapal just mentioned, it's imperative that Democrats gain control over the House and the Senate. And we in the progressive movement must do all that we can to make that happen. And I want to mention to you that just the other day, my campaign commissioned a poll of battleground states. And